Hi, this is Christine. Welcome to Scrappin' Rabbit. I'm here today with journal number 4 from my Etsy restock. This one is actually a cross between a paper bag mini album and a journal. I have a seam binding closure. It's quite a thick one. This is a flower that I made, one of those lollipop flowers where you melt the fabric and it curls up like that. I put a little button in the center. I die cut, or I just cut by hand some leaves, and then I have the little lace contour. The spine is quite wide, and there's a reason for that. This measures 3 and 3.5, almost 3 3/4 inches. The album or the journal measures 8 inches tall, and it's almost 6 inches across. Now, the reason that it's so wide is because I punched holes and I attached these eyelets so that these elastics can hold little journals inside. And here's the back. The other thing I did with this album is I wanted to use up some of my scraps, so I've got all these little bits of paper in my stash. And instead of using full sheets of paper, I just attached these little bits and I inked around some of the edges, and I used them to make my the base of my covers and my inside pages. And I went through, I'm telling you, a lot of little scraps when I made this project, so I was quite happy with that. Instead of starting off with brand new sheets all the time, and they just seem to accumulate everywhere. So I did the same thing. All of my pages are made with little scraps that I assembled, so I wanted to make this a blue themed album, so I went into my stash of blues and just used up all these little bits, and you end up saving quite a bit of money the more you can use your leftover pieces. Okay, so this is the paper bag portion of the album. So I've got 6 paper bags in here, so there's room for stuffing some mementos in there. And also I've got some pockets on the front. In between each of the pages I have these little journals that I made, and they're not even complete journals because these can be added to with whatever paper you want. So there's one in between each page section, and these are removable. So you can put the sheets that you want in there and then just stick these underneath the elastic. And that's why the spine is so wide. There's room for expansion, tons of room in this album. And also each of the paper bag pages has a fold out, so you can put some photos on there or journal on some of the plain papers. So that's why it's a combination journal and mini album. So at the front I have this envelope that opens with this, and it's held closed with this little tab, so you can put some stuff in there. And then I had these envelopes kicking around, and I just put a piece of the paper that matched on the page in here, so there's room for storing in here. There's nothing inside the paper bag, so that's up to whoever wants this album to just fill it with whatever mementos they want. And I will just take you through to show the pages. I've got these little envelopes that I made with some book paper and some music paper. So I tried to coordinate on each page the papers that I used. So even though they're all little bits, I wanted some sort of order to it. So as you can see here, I matched this strip of paper with this, and then across like that, and then here So it still makes it look like it's one coordinated sheet, only it's all little bits, if you know what I mean. And then I have another envelope here. And I've got, this is some graph paper that I've got in there. I guess I forgot to show there's also some different types of note paper, but I didn't put very many sheets in here because it's up to whoever to put whatever they want in the journal and finish assembling it. So you can also take this out, bring it with you if you want to make it into a little travel journal, or have like a little day by day or week by week, and you can just fill it and then stick it inside your album with some photos. And then on the very back cover, I just have a flap that opens up like that, and you can put a photo in there. So it's a pretty simple paper bag album, and I just added these elastics, and that way it allows me to also insert other sheets of paper. If you don't want to use these, you can just add whatever you want in there. If you have a little calendar, you can just open up the calendar and slide it under the elastic. So I hope this gives you ideas for your own journals. Have a nice day and happy scrapping. Bye.